Okay, so my name is Aet.
And I am Karin.
I'm Karin. And we are b120 from Tallinn. Actually, we are more, so we are 3 here already. So we are a Tallinn-based group. Somebody already asked, like, how did you start or so? We are just a horizontal group. Most of us are architects. And after graduation, we actually already while we were doing our master thesis, we just needed a room where we could do our stuff 24 hours because the school was under renovation. And then we took the room, and after that, it somehow gradually went that we are kind of a group.
And next, this name that was on the door of the room that we rented. This is where the name comes from. This office space is located in this building that was built during the Soviet times as a big office building for all state architects. So it meant that 1,500 architects were working in this building. Yeah, this is a good location to have an office.
Yeah, and of course they don't anymore because it was just then when it was all centralized, and after in 91 in the Republic times already, of course it was just a bit abandoned, and now there's companies from Tentis to I don't know whatever. So yeah, but we have been working also in some other places, and
because we are doing this co-working format. And this is a co-working on island, so we kind of just took the office and went to another location and set the office.
And invited other people also to join us in working.
Yeah, this is just
yeah, that's the office where we actually work now. It's on the 10th floor of this building, so we have a nice view, and that's where the room we share with the other people who are doing programming and having
archaeology, journalism and photography, all kinds of different people. Maybe we can go on.
Yeah, next. So we have the view of Tallinn. This is the super cheesy picture. Yeah, maybe some of the stuff we have done. We just put here some of the installations to go really quickly. This is next to the seaside because maybe some of you went to the Tallinn tour from Helsinki last year. Maybe? No? Okay. So we know that Tallinn is next to the sea, but actually the seaside is not developed yet, and it's waiting for the answers, and it's not very human-friendly. It's like a former industrial area. So one of our installations was to make a pool there. It was quite a port, maybe next. Port like seaside, but we put this swimming pool, tracks in the sea just to show the potential to the people that maybe they even didn't want to go to swim there, but just to show that actually the sea is here and maybe we could use it much more or use the seaside. And like this happened because there were a lot of ferries as well. Okay, next.
This is actually located very close to the pool installation in the same area that is under development, and it was an installation that included chicken. So during summertime, these chickens spent their summer in the city center in this kind of environment, and it also included a little cafe that was cooking pancakes, for example. And this was, in a way, just creating a very cozy and, again, a very people-friendly atmosphere, but it was also a little bit, the whole chicken topic was maybe reflecting the planning discussions that are going on about this area, that it's a lot sometimes it's a lot like chicken talk, just going and not getting anywhere.
Okay, next. Yeah, we designed the chicken shed and all the triangular form
central square there, town hall square, where Kadri put the chairs, because it's an open square, but there is actually no place to hang out. It's quite usual in Tallinn Old Town that you have only these cafe terraces where you have to buy to be there.
And the beer is like 5-6 euros or something.
They're expensive, so it was kind of like a protest against it, to have the town hall square for public.
And then it's one thing we did last summer in Stuttgart. There was this 72 hours open action, and we got the plot, or the destination was chosen for us. It was Axis Mundi, the central axis was the topic that we got. So next. And we had to do everything in 72 hours. Maybe next.
Yeah. So the installation was called Kuku, and the topic was because it was located right next to the street, and a lot of different people were passing by because of nearby supermarket. So there were sometimes happy coincidences, sometimes not so happy meetings. So it was a tricky place, and we thought that with this kind of simple Kuku moment, you could break any scene in the street with a surprise, and this would leave all the participants quite on an equal level.
So everybody could do their shortest performance to the cityscape, through the curtain.
This is an installation called O. It's an inflatable ball, and it was moving around different places in Tallinn and also abroad, just appearing somewhere and being installation and a symbol of kind of nothing and something at the same time, and creating these weird situations where this huge black creature appears and then creates this reference to new scale and new events and interactions. There are a lot of pictures of it. It was moving around.
It was also the kind of, because the sphere had a diameter of 5 meters. It was actually like a scale. It was interesting to put in the different situations in the city, and like to see how the space then somehow felt different. And because it was such abstract, it was kind of a minimum concept, so it created a lot of stories.
And children loved it, of course.
Yeah, I remember that from Helsinki, but this was actually before EASA, so.
This is a project that we were invited to take part of the Architects Union annual exhibition, and the topic was the courtyards of these kinds of apartment block buildings. And we had to build a model to represent our idea, but we thought that this is kind of a silly solution, that we should maybe build something there and then represent that. We chose the idea of ping pong tables because the courtyard is surrounded by all the buildings. There are a lot of windows, a lot of audience, but nothing is really happening in the courtyards ever. So we just inserted kind of a randomly chosen action to see what happens, how people react to some kind of possibility. And we built these tables ourselves, 5 of them. It was not like factory work.
Yeah, you can make a good next one.
Even before we finished, the kids started gathering and asking if they can play, and they were playing later with us also. And we found out that a lot of people, all these anonymous windows, a lot of people are behind them who showed up and who were caring about this new event and who were asking questions and thinking about the future.
Yeah, I think it's a bit also the conceiving that the modernist housing areas or have a bit negative maybe picture or negative, I don't know, image a little bit. So the residents there, they don't feel that they have actually the possibility to do something, or why should they do something. So this was also showing them some options that they could actually start to do something themselves as well, because this was just our suggestion, but they could start whatever.
And actually this courtyard, the buildings gathered a sort of meeting and then they started discussing what should we do with that courtyard later on.
And they felt really responsible. They were like, okay, when will you take them away? Or so that was also a good reflection that they really cared about them. They were not whatever. They were really caring about them.
And this is our job right now. There was a competition for curating Tallinn Architecture Biennale 2013, and we won it with this proposal of the topic Recycling Socialism. And this is, you can find flyers on this small table back there. It is about recycling the spaces, but also materials or ideas of socialism or modernism or for in Tallinn, the Soviet time architecture and urban space. And the event will be happening in September 4th to 8th, and it will include a big exhibition, a symposium, and there was also a vision competition that you might have heard of, Väike-Õismäe vision competition. That recently ended.
And we felt that this topic was both at the same time really local and important to Tallinn and Estonia, and also really easy to relate all over Europe.
And right now we are half of our team is working on the web page, so right now it doesn't exist too much, but it will in a few days. So if you check it in a few days, you will see all the participants and the information about the event. And we will be expecting you